I'm not out here dressed like this. You can give a little pan of the outfit. This is not for others' view. This is for me, and this is what I feel most comfortable in. I can wear pants. I can wear a top that shows most of my body, and I continue to do so because of all the women who fought for that. Women got the right to vote 102 years ago. That's it. There are women older than that on this planet who were not able to legally vote for the leadership in this country. We do this for them. We wear this shit for them. We do what we want. We have sex with whoever we want for them because we are still continuing to fight every single day. I am constantly hit on at my place of employment, my professional place of employment. I am treated like a child or like a sex object every single day of my life. And I'm gonna keep on fighting to make that not fucking happen, or to make that so that I can feel safe being able to look as I do and to be as young as I am and go out and be completely safe.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFlare. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. We got It's Complicated. But before we get into that, man, do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.
Thing about being a woman.
The best and the worst thing about being a woman? Okay. The best thing about being a woman is like...
Here, I answer that for you. I understand we just jumped into it, but I answer that for you. Women can pick from tons of men. That's what makes being a woman so fun. That you have so many men that you can pick from, good, bad, or ugly. You have a whole ocean full of men to pick from. That's the number one reason why it's fun to be a woman. Why it's a good thing to be a woman. You can be in this society, bro, and pretty much lie on any man that you want and not even get in trouble for it. That's a fact. You can lie on any man that you want and not even get in trouble for it. You can also get married and come in with nothing and leave out with it all. You can also have kids with a man and use those kids as a weapon towards that man and not even get in trouble for it. And the government will back you up. As a woman, all you can simply do is literally just cook and clean, and a man will take care of you. A man will buy you, put food in your mouth, put clothes on your back. Hell, get you a car, get a roof over your head. Being a woman is fun. There's a lot of advantages of being a woman in America.
It's being a woman, I think, it's like being like, yeah, I'm a woman and it's incredible. And the worst thing is like having to be afraid all the time, walking around here alone or any place.
Okay, is it realistic to think that nobody should ever feel unsafe?
If it's realistic, I don't know, but it's like my dream.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, okay? Just because women feel afraid all the time, does that mean they really have a right to be afraid all the time?
Sure.
Well, at the same time, if a woman is attacked in public and a man is attacked in public, who is more likely to be rescued?
I don't know. I think. Sorry.
I guess you're afraid.
That's a post-trauma from my home.
Do you think men are the biggest threat to women, or are men the biggest protectors of women?
It can go either way,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, it's the good men out there that want to protect, but then there's also bad men that want to do terrible things.
For the person that's assaulting, there's also a good guy that's there to save.
Yeah.
But aren't most cops and soldiers men?
Yes.
What percentage of men that you encounter catcall you?
A lot.
Y'all ain't see what he did there. So he was pretty much saying, man, that, you know, who is more likely to be protected or whatnot. And you have the women sit up here and say, you know, I think it's, you know, equal. You have good men, and then for every good man, you're going to have a creep. But then he asked a good question. He was like, well, aren't, you know, police officers, people in the military, being firefighters or whatever, that's primarily men that dominate those careers. These men have to put their lives on the line for other people, right? And then going back to the video before, right, when he said that you have a chick sit up here and say she don't know who is protected. She don't know who can be protected. She over here talking about she don't know who's going to come and help her first. Who will be the one to be rescued first? It would be the woman to get rescued first. When you have a lot of men, a man can't defend himself against another man. Another man will look at him and be like, bro, you need to learn how to fight. Hey, y'all seen Snowfall? I'm pretty sure some of y'all saw Snowfall where old dude was getting his ass whooped. And old buddy told dude, he's like, teach a man how to squabble.
What you said, right?
Nigga, I just said, all right. But Trey won't know about that drop.
How about you get the drop when I say you get the motherfucking drop? How about that then, nigga?
You know what? Y'all should probably be a little more respectful, because then maybe niggas will try to light y'all asses up.
Back the fuck up.
Go ahead and pick up your boy. Pick him up.
Teach your man how to squabble. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Bro, you're not gonna be able to do that to a woman. You're not gonna be able to do that to a woman. You do that to a woman, man, everybody and their mama gonna be on your ass. But if a man could do that to another man, men are more susceptible to violent crimes than women are. The only negative thing women have going for themselves when it comes down to crimes is great. That's the only thing women have to fear when it comes down to, you know, being out or fearing for your life when you go out. I mean, I don't know why women think it's only women that get attacked out here on the streets. Women love to use the excuse, right? They love to sit up here and say, well, you know, it's hard to be a woman because we gotta walk out here and we gotta fear for our lives. But they're walking out 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night. Nothing good happens at night. So why are you walking outside at night? What are you doing walking outside at night? A girl will literally sit up here and tell you, you know, hey, I fear for my life, but yet will walk down a goddamn alley at 2 o'clock in the morning by herself and think just because she's a woman, no man is supposed to touch her. And that's the type of mindset that a lot of women have today. They sit up here and say they fear for their life, but then will turn around and go out here, dress and act however they want to. Manly dress however they want to, and expect a man or creeps just to look at them and say, oh, well, she's a woman, so we're not going to mess with her. That's the only negative thing women have to worry about when walking outside, right? Whereas men, we got to worry about getting robbed. We got to worry about getting shot. We got to worry about getting yoked. Men have to worry about so much, getting carjacked, all of that. You don't really hear women getting carjacked. You don't hear women really getting shot. You don't. You don't really hear you don't really hear women getting robbed. Well, it happens that they get the purse snatched, but that's about it. Whereas men, they're gonna get robbed, they're gonna get shanked, they're gonna get beat up, they're gonna get all of that stuff. They're gonna get all of that stuff. The only thing that's probably not gonna happen is a man getting raped. Plethora of things, whereas women only have to worry about one thing. And it's understandable. However, this is where, you know, hey, shoot, you have to understand your surroundings. There's certain things that you can and can't do as a woman. Sadly, a lot of women just can't travel alone because you have too many creeps out here, man, that are looking for the opportunity to take advantage of a woman because they can't go out here and get it on their own. So they got to go take it from a woman. So sadly, yes, most definitely, you got to walk out there. You got to have some sense. You have to be aware. You have to be aware because there's going to be a bunch of creeps. But we can't sit up here and say, well, you know what? Women have it harder than men because we are susceptible to rape. And when men have to worry about getting robbed, getting carjacked, getting stabbed, and getting yoked. Generally, when women get raped, they just get raped and that's it. Usually, I don't ever really hear them getting their shit snatched. I don't really hear them ever getting robbed after that situation. But men, I definitely hear they get shot up and still get their shit taken off their body. They get stabbed up, still get shit taken off their body. They're just walking, still get shit taken off of their body. Get stabbed up, all of that. We got a lot of men have to worry about a lot of things. But it's not about, man, who has it worse than another. It's all about being aware of your surroundings and being cautious. They think just because they have a slit between their legs, men just automatically have to respect them. They think just because they have a slit between their legs, creeps are just going to look at them and just turn a blind eye and keep it moving. They're a creep for a reason.
85%.
Like, we were just touched, like, multiple times just walking.
Some guy grabbed my nose about 20 minutes ago.
It is a pretty nose, I will give you that.
Thank you. Okay. Look at it from the side.
How often do you fear for your safety when a man catcalls you?
100%.
All the time.
Now, I'm not excusing it. Why is catcalling such a big deal?
I think catcalling is such a big deal because I'm not out here dressed like this. You can give a little pan of the outfit. This is not for others' view. This is for me, and this is what I feel most comfortable in. This is not an invitation for you to come objectify me or decide that this body is meant for you. It's mine.
Okay, and
You see how she just said that she's wearing this for herself, which is false, and she's saying she's wearing this so she doesn't be objectified. She don't want to be objectified. It doesn't give a man a right to objectify her. Right? Number one, people have said this in the red pill and the manosphere, that when you sit up here and say that you don't want men to objectify you, sis, you have to understand, women, y'all have to understand that y'all objectify yourselves before a man does. It's not because they feel comfortable with wearing it. It's because they know it attracts a lot of attention, and they getting attention from men that they just probably do not want. They getting attention from men they do not want. Think about it. When have you ever heard of a high value man going out his way and act like how your creeps act? You really don't hear that. You really don't hear your average man who just living a regular life doing no shit like that. You generally don't. You generally don't. Now, of course, you got some men out here, men that are creeps, that most definitely men that look like men, they're just regular guys. But I'm telling you right now, there are more guys, man, that have more respect for women than creeps do. There are way more good men than there are creeps. But as a man, it is innate for us to be attracted to women. Women who wear shit like this. I mean, she ain't got much down there, but dude, look at the shirt. Imagine a damn girl, man, with damn triple D's. Right? It's no different than this. It's no different than this. You wearing your clothes out. Of course, it's not an invitation. However, there are creeps out here that are going to take it upon themselves to touch, to grab, and to stare. But this is why we try to tell women, man, yo, dress a certain way. But women don't want to hear that, because you tell them that it's somehow controlling. It's somehow, well, you know what, you're trying to oppress me. It's somehow, well, you know what, I shouldn't have to change how I dress because we have tons of creeps out here that we don't know who it is, but hey, I shouldn't have to change how I dress because of them. Well, when you're taking a test and you're constantly failing, you're not going to sit over here and say, well, you know what, teacher, I'm not about to sit over here and change my study habits because you keep failing me. No, you're going to change what you're doing to make sure that you pass that class. You're going to change what you're doing to get that A. Not to continue to get an F or to continue to get whatever grade that you do not like. This is something that women do not understand. They come up with the excuse that they put these provocative ass clothes on just for themselves. No, you do not. No, you do not. You put these clothes on to get attention from other men. It's just a lame ass excuse. It's very disingenuous because women know that they put these clothes on for attention, but they go out here and try to tell men, well, I'm not wearing this for you. I'm wearing this because I like what I'm wearing, because it's comfortable for me. Nah, it's not comfortable for you. It's just very attention seeking. It's very attention seeking. She could easily put something on like a long sleeve shirt and still she's a very attractive woman. So I'm pretty sure she can put a long sleeve shirt on and she would get the same, she would get positive attention. She might not get all the off the wall attention. Now, of course, it look like they're in LA. So, you look, it's going to be a lot of creeps around there. You have to face it. So what does that mean? Change how you dress, change your appearance, change how you act. That's all you can do. But this thing that, women wear these tight, provocative ass clothes for themselves, false. To sit up here and say that, men objectify women, false. Women objectify and sexualize themselves well before a man can. Because once again, women have the option to pick modest clothes or sexy clothes. But of course, women are going to pick the sexy clothing because it's going to get you faster. It's going to give you attention faster. And it's going to give you all the attention. And it's going to give you attention that you don't want. But hey, guess what? Can't tell a woman that because you don't want to be controlling.
And that's fair. I agree with that. Now, for a lot of women who say they dress for themselves, why do you often see women walking around in uncomfortable shoes and skimpy outfits when it's freezing outside?
Because I made that money, and I'm going to spend that money on some cute heels. And I worked on this body, and I'm going to show it off.
No, I get that. But I'm just saying, if they were dressing for themselves, wouldn't they be comfortable?
Yeah. I think that me in heels looks a lot better than me in just a pair of sweatpants. I do feel better, and that is still for me. Even if it's not the most comfortable, it feels good.
She just said that she bought the heels because it looks better. Looks better to who? It's going to look better to men. If you're wearing heels, it's going to look better for men. If you wearing these damn crop tops and all this shit, it's going to look better for men. But depending on what you're wearing, is going to be a determining factor on the type of attention that you get. If you're out here dressing like a hoe, you're going to get attention from creeps. You're going to get attention from good men. But their approach to you Even if you're dressing like a hoe, the approach to you is going to be very different than a chick, man, who's dressing like she's about to go to an interview. A chick who's dressing like she's about to go to an interview, a man's gonna come up there and say, hey, how you doing? You know, hey, you look beautiful, da da da. But then you talking about a female that's wearing something that she's wearing. Yeah, man, what's up? How you doing? And look, like I said, man, she looks like a very combative chick. So, you know, hey, these are the type of women that sit up here and say, you know, I don't wear clothes for other men. I don't wear, you know, I don't like men objectifying me, even though that they put these clothes on knowing men are going to say something.
If a woman has lots of sexy photos on her dating profile and no bio, should she be surprised if guys are only contacting her for hookups?
Oh, absolutely no.
No, definitely not.
Why not?
Because she's kind of asking for that attention.
Is she not promoting herself in the same fashion if she's out walking the streets in a slutty outfit?
No.
No.
So why would it make a difference if you're online or out in public?
Because you're posting those photos for like a specific dating app while you're walking outside. It's like how you want to dress.
I dress this way because I want to dress this way for me and not for anyone else. And also, at least here, if you're going to a club, they have dress codes, and you have to dress a certain way in order to get in, and that is why we are dressed this way.
So why can people make assumptions about you online but not in person?
I think they can make assumptions about both, but online I feel like it kind of goes for more like what you post, because you can kind of choose what you want to post and what you don't want to post. Mm-hmm. Whereas in person, I guess you can choose what you want to wear and what you don't want to wear, but I don't know.
Why do you think women can't just ignore catcalling instead of just hating on all men?
Because when we ignore catcalling, they don't stop. Like they'll just come up to us and like be more in our face and more aggressive when we do ignore them.
I don't really think there's a way to win. There's been times when I can ignore it and they back off, or there's been times when I've confronted it and they back off, or vice versa. I don't say anything, I continue to get followed. I do say something, I put myself in even more danger. You really just have to gauge the situation, and there really is no right answer to what to do.
Is every time I go out, no matter how I look, someone is being inappropriate with me, and that's when it becomes an issue, because it is inappropriate. And I don't mind, like you say, inappropriate things happen every day. Like people either touching you or trying to get something from you. But when I can imagine that's why celebrities struggle being a celebrity status, because they are constantly hounded for attention. And that's how I feel when a guy whistles at me.
Right, but the fact that you bring up celebrities, right? If you ask a celebrity, if you had to give up the idea of being famous in order to never ever deal with paparazzi, would they give up the privilege of being famous?
Probably not.
Would you give up the privilege of being sexy as fuck?
Does the way that you dress attract the type of attention you want?
Not always.
Not always.
So is it fair to blame society, or is it better to just change your own behavior?
Probably, I don't know.
I would say that society is the reason that a lot of the problems that we see with dating occur. However, I do think that there are ways for people to avoid them and or change their behavior accordingly.
100%.
I take the steps to make myself feel safer. I carry weapons to be able to protect myself. I learn how to ward off that attention. I've learned how to gauge the body language of, if I yell at this man for hitting on me, is he going to become dangerous or is he going to go away? I've learned how to understand that and figure out what to do in that situation.
And one last question, which I think you just touched upon. I ask, when does blaming society end and personal responsibility begin?
Whenever you're ready to accept it. I think it's everyone's timeline. I don't think it's, I'm going to get off social media and realize that I'm the problem. I think everyone, a part of them is like, no, the world's against me. And so it's whenever you're ready to accept that.
Yeah. You know what? In Israel, women are badasses. They can beat the shit out of guys. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, maybe more American women should serve in the army, and they'll know how to defend themselves.
Maybe more men needs to like not be attacking.
Well, I think we can do both.
Maybe.
I think we can do both. I don't condone the guys who do that.
Fuck her in the pussy!
I can wear pants. I can wear a top that shows most of my body. And I continue to do so because of all the women who fought for that. Women got the right to vote 102 years ago. That's it. There are women older than that on this planet who were not able to legally vote for the leadership in this country. We do this for them. We wear this shit for them. We do what we want. We have sex with whoever we want for them, because we are still continuing to fight every single day. I am constantly hit on at my place of employment, my professional place of employment. I am treated like a child or like a sex object every single day of my life. And I'm gonna keep on fighting to make that not fucking happen, or to make that so that I can feel safe being able to look as I do and to be as young as I am and go out and be completely safe. And I'm gonna keep on fighting for that.
And there you have it, folks. That is your feminist mindset today. Then turns around and try to make a comparison that doesn't even matter, right? Feminism, first wave feminism fought to be able to vote, to be able to bring in to bring in income, not have all the load on her. Because I mean, you know, you're out here taking care of a damn kid every single day. Women were expected to be in the house 24/7. Of course, you're not going to expect that now. You know, so of course, women saying, hey man, look, you know, we want to be able to go out and go make some money. We want to be able to go out and go vote. America gave women that. Now, fast forward, 1960s, feminism decided to say, hey, we're going to adapt sex liberation. That's when your marriage rate started to drop. That's when you start to see women like this pop up. All right. So she's sitting over here saying, you know, she's wearing all of this for women that couldn't do it then. Right. But then turn around and sit up here and say, you know, I'm going to keep doing this until I feel comfortable that men aren't going to come on me and come talk to me and come do this or whatever. Women understand that until this earth explodes, we will continue to have creeps on this earth that will look at women like herself and look how she dressed and still try to go out their way to go holler at these women and try to go do something to these women. There will forever be a man like that in every day of every week of every year. Where do we move on from here? If no matter what we tell a little boy or no matter what we tell a grown ass man, that no means no. No matter what we tell them, they're still going to do what they want to do. Look. We already had a bunch of men talk to a bunch of other creeps that no means no. We told kids that no means no, and they grew up and still did what they wanted to do. Where do we go from here? You don't know who's a creep out here. Hell, my neighbor could probably be a rapist, but I don't know. I do not know. He could probably be a murderer. I do not know. So what do I do? Do I still let my kid go out here and just go run out nilly-willy? Or do I just still allow my kid to go out here and run all out willy-nilly? Have no supervision over my child? Because, hey, I told men that no means no. And because I told kids that no means no. Do I allow my girlfriend to just throw on whatever the hell it is she want to throw on and just expect every man not to say anything to her because we done sat out here and told men that no means no, even though they know that's what it means. Even they know this. They know this before they're messing with it, before taking advantage of a woman. So once again, women, y'all love to sit up here and say that men need to talk to these boys, that men need to talk to these other men, yet these men still do what they want to do, knowing the consequences, knowing it's wrong. Once again, what do? We have women sit here and say, you know what? Okay, it's not about these creeps anymore. It's about our safety. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to change what we do. We're going to change how we dress. We're going to change how we act. And we're going to move differently. But women don't think that way. Modern day women don't think that way. Modern day women let common sense just fly. Modern day women let common sense just fly. Oh, forget it. Because I'm a woman, men have no choice but to respect me. And when that's just sadly not the case. That's just sadly not the case, man. But y'all do me a huge favor, man. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.